So, Oman or Dubai? It's an interesting comparison actually, because Oman actually borders the Emirates. So both countries are in the Middle East. Oman has a border with the Emirates, Saudi Arabia and Yemen in the south, whereas Dubai is situated in the Emirates, next to Sharjah and on the coast. So in this video we'll take a look at several things and we'll do a wee comparison between Dubai and Oman. Let's get into it. The first thing I want to talk about is the climate. Now, both Dubai and Oman have similar climates. So they have a summer and they have a winter. There's no spring and there's no fall, or as we say in the UK, autumn. There's a slight overlap whereby you start to feel the difference in the temperature. In the winter, Oman and Dubai are very similar when it comes to temperature. So in the winter, you'll find temperatures can go down to 18 degrees Celsius. And in the summer, anything above 40 is normal. Usually high 30s is pretty standard. And the winter is generally between sort of November to March. Some would say February, but I can tell you this year it's more like November to March. And the next thing I want to talk about is Ramadan. Now, it's actually Ramadan, we're in the middle of Ramadan, the holy month at the moment, so that will be finishing on probably around the 9th of April 2024, when you will have the Eid holidays. It's usually the same in the Emirates, but sometimes it can differ by one day. It really depends on the sighting of the moon. Now, in Oman, what you'll find is during Ramadan, all the restaurants and cafes, basically anything that's serving food or drink, will close. So from early morning, usually at the moment it's around 6:20 I think, until 6:20 PM roughly, 12 hours, you'll find that everywhere is closed. Whereas in Dubai, that's not the case. In Dubai, it's business as usual. So that's the main difference during Ramadan between Oman and Dubai. The next thing I want to talk about is cost of living. Okay, so when it comes to cost of living, we'll start with accommodation. So in Dubai, I would say the accommodation can be twice as much as Oman, depending on what you go for obviously, but you do get a whole lot more in Oman for your money. I know that for a fact, and when I say Oman, I'm generally talking about Muscat, because obviously once you go outside of Muscat, things change. So we can talk about Muscat when I say Oman. Yeah, generally the accommodation is about twice as much in Dubai. When it comes to food, now the first thing I want to say is the food here is fantastic in Oman and Dubai, but I've had more than one person say to me that the food here in Oman is actually better than Dubai. They say the meat is higher quality. I don't know why that is, but more than one person has said that to me. The big difference between Oman and Dubai when it comes to food is choices. Here in Oman, you cannot get pork products. So when you go to a restaurant, you won't find pork on the menu. But when you go to Dubai, you'll find pork. They have Wendy's fast food burger place, they have pork bacon. You'll find pork on the menu in other places. So that's one main difference when it comes to food. Now, cost-wise, I don't think there's too much of a difference when it comes to the prices. I haven't lived in Dubai for any length of time, but I've visited lots of times. So, you know, the first time was way back in, when would that have been? Early 2000s, I think. But I've been recently. I was there last year, and yeah, there's more choices in Dubai when it comes to food. Whereas in Oman, you're limited a bit, but the food here is fantastic, especially when it comes to Turkish food, Indian food, beautiful. So that's food covered. The next thing I want to talk about is entertainment. So when it comes to entertainment, in Dubai you've got everything. You'll find a huge difference between Dubai and Oman. Entertainment in Oman, difficult. If you like fishing, you can go fishing. As you can see, I'm right next to the sea here. What else? Obviously, you've got camel racing, golf. There's golf courses here. But after that, hiking. Whereas in Dubai, you'll have a much larger choice. You've got Global Village and places like that, if you can classify that as entertainment, water parks for the kids. There just seems to be a bigger choice in Dubai compared to Oman. The next thing I want to talk about is shopping. So when it comes to shopping, we're talking about shopping malls, of course. And I can tell you that they are an absolute godsend, because in the summer it is very hot and you cannot walk around in the summer. We're coming into summer now, but it's a bit slow in getting off the ground. So the malls are all air conditioned. You have good choices in the malls. You have food courts. You'll find play areas for the kids. In Dubai, you've got Dubai Mall, which is one of the biggest, or if not the biggest in the world. It has an aquarium. We have this in Oman as well. We have Mall of Muscat, which also has an aquarium. So when it comes to malls, I would say in Dubai you have more choices of malls. That's all it is. As far as the standard goes, pretty much the same. So when it comes to tourist spots, I would say Oman is obviously a bigger country. It's huge compared to Dubai, it's huge compared to the Emirates. So you'll find, I mean, depends what you call a tourist spot. Tourist spot could be a beach, and there's some beautiful beaches in Oman. Obviously in Dubai you've got Palm Jumeirah, you've got the other beaches there, but I would say in Oman you've got nicer beaches. You've also got the islands, so you can go snorkeling, you can take boat trips to see the wild dolphins. There's lots to see, but the good thing about Dubai is it's smaller, so you've got easier access, I would say, to everything. But there's a lot of tourist spots in Oman. In the south you've got Salalah, which is very green, very popular with tourists. You've got the deep sea fishing for giant trevally, which is a very popular spot, a popular thing in Salalah, off the coast of Salalah. So I would say, as far as tourist spots go, pretty even, I think. The only thing is, you know, it depends what you define as a tourist spot or entertainment. Obviously in Dubai you've got Burj Khalifa, 830 metres high, which is the tallest skyscraper in the world. Whereas in Oman you don't have that. Here in Oman you don't have any skyscrapers. It's very traditional, so it really depends on personal preference. You know, it depends what you want. Do you want to see modern progression, or do you want to see tradition? The good thing about Oman compared to Dubai is traffic. So in Dubai you'll find, especially rush hour, you've got a lot of traffic. But here in Oman, even Muscat, the traffic is nothing compared to Dubai. So what about cars? Well, in Dubai you'll see many Teslas, whereas in Oman I think I've seen 2 or 3 only. So, you know, it's the old progression thing, isn't it? Dubai, you get better choices. Even when it comes down to shopping, you've got Amazon in UAE, we don't have here in Oman. So I would say when it comes to things like that, obviously Dubai is better. If I wanted to buy something on Amazon, I could order it from UAE, but then you've got delivery charges to Oman, etc., as well as import charges in some case. So it's pros and cons, guys. You know, it depends what you like. My previous video, we had a barbecue up in the mountains here in Oman, and I thought to myself at the time, you know, you just cannot get that in Dubai. Yeah, they have mountains, but you don't have something like Wadi Kabir Heights, where it's so peaceful and you've got the whole town down below you. You can see it when you look down, if you watched my previous video. So I would say from a living perspective, if you're happy living quiet, then Oman is the place compared to Dubai. You can have a much quieter life here if you're not too fussy. The other thing I forgot to mention about Ramadan is all the bars are closed during the holy month here in Oman, whereas in Dubai, business as usual. So, you know, I cannot even go for a pint during Ramadan. You can buy alcohol here in Oman. They have liquor stores, but they're closed during the month of Ramadan. So these are the things that I identify as the differences between Dubai and Oman. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.